Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to an all-new reaction and review. Now, before we get started, I just want to say a quick something. I just released a new video yesterday, and usually I only release once a week. But the reason I'm doing a second one this week is to make up for last week, because last week I was going to release the video that I released yesterday, but the video editor app I use was fucking with me for some reason and it refused to work, so I couldn't release it. So I had to wait a whole extra week to release it, and I did that yesterday. So to make up for that, I'm doing an extra one today, and I apologize in advance for that. But let's roll on for it. Tonight, guys, I'm watching a science fiction horror film from 1997. That movie is Mimic. Now, I'm gonna tell you everything I know about this film. I know it's directed and co-written by Guillermo del Toro. For those of you who don't know, del Toro is best known for directing Blade 2, the first two Hellboy films, Pacific Rim, and The Shape of Water. And I have seen the first two Hellboys and Blade 2, and I really enjoyed those films. The Hellboy films especially, I loved the Hellboy films. And Pacific Rim was decent-ish. The Shape of Water, however, I've never seen because I refuse to watch it because it looks stupid as shit. Now, I know it's co-written and directed by him, and I know it has something to do with a plague of cockroaches that have a plague, something like that. That is as far as my knowledge goes. This is only the second film he ever directed, so I'm actually really curious about this film. I have not seen a clip. I never even heard of it until today, actually. And honestly, I just really want to get that taste of the boy out of my mouth, because that movie was fucking trash and the worst horror film I have ever seen. So if this can at least slightly surpass that, I'll be pleased. But I don't know if it's going to be able to do that. The only way I'm going to find out if this movie's good at all is if I shut the fuck up and I press play. And I'm going to do that right now. So, without further ado, let's sit back, chill out, and watch Mimic.
Has officially been contained.
Okay,
The epidemic is over.
I have a question. So, if I understand this correctly, cockroaches have this disease, Strickland's disease. So they're releasing a new insect, the Judas bug. That's not cliche at all. And they're supposed to wipe out the cockroaches that have this disease that's starting to kill all the children. Here's my question. Why in the fuck does she carry one around in her purse? What logic does that have? Are you just gonna carry it around until you fucking see, like, cockroaches? Is that what she's planning on doing? I don't understand, and, like, that has to be the creepiest fucking bug I have ever seen. Looks really cool, though, I'll give it that, so at least that's kind of a positive, but I still really would like to know why the fuck she's carrying one around in her purse at all times. Okay, I just have to say for the record, that might just be the creepiest looking fucking insect I've ever seen in a movie. Like, it jumped right, it bit right into that glove of her, and I knew it was coming, but it still made me jump. That is how fucking creepy that bug looks. the special effects are really fucking cool too. I'll get into that more, but you know what, so far, this movie's actually started off extremely interesting, and I'm really digging the vibes of it. I'm just, oh, what the fuck was that? Never mind. Okay, what the fuck is that thing? Okay, I have a feeling I'm in for a fucking fascinating ass time here. I'm really digging this so far, guys. And holy fuck. Those two irritating ass kids are fucking dead and from whatever the fuck that thing is.
Once wrote that life, by its very nature,
That
is nasty, brutish, and
was
short. And act
fucking
more succinctly.
awesome.
Can I eat it, or will
Holy fucking shit, that's Norman Reedus.
But this thing.
I had no idea Norman Reedus was in this. Is this?
Throwing it away, but then I remembered Red.
Holy shit, he looks young there.
Anyway,
For those of you who don't know, Norman Reedus is best known as Daryl on The Walking Dead. And what? Holy fucking shit, that is a
yep,
big
and
cockroach.
Ray says to me, if it's got more than 4 legs, it's not a mammal.
I don't know who I'm more shocked to see, a cockroach that's the size of a fucking dog or Norman Reedus. Ugh,
My father
that
told
was
me same night.
disgusting.
You could get the picture, hold
But
water,
still,
and mush.
honestly, the fucking build up to all this, I'm really hoping it's going to be an amazing payoff because the build up has been fucking amazing. But eventually there needs to be a payoff because it's been a fucking about 43 minutes. There's like still only an hour left. Something needs to happen with all this, and I'm really hoping it does. 'Cause this movie has been nothing short of fucking spectacular so far. Holy fucking shit. Alright, we just got a full look at these humanoid hybrid Judas bugs things that are now as big as a fucking person. Just got a full look at it.
spend my life looking into people's open mouths?
I don't think I've ever seen something so fucking creepy and terrifying looking in a real long time.
This is the old armor.
Just fucking dropped everything, flew and grabbed that fucking bitch and flew off with her. Jesus
Yeah, I
Christ.
guess you covered everything.
That was fucking amazing.
You got your shit.
Like,
I'm happy for you.
That,
Let's get the hell out of here.
wow. And what in the fuck is that? Oh, Jesus Christ, more of them. I can already tell this is all gonna end very badly. And I'm gonna fucking love every minute of it. And just like that, Josh Brolin is fucking dead. I mean, normally I'd be sad about that because I really, don't get me wrong, I fucking love Josh Brolin. I've loved him since I saw him in the fucking Goonies. But they didn't really give me a reason to give a shit about his character. So I don't care that he died. Like, which is really depressing because I fucking really like Josh Brolin and I wanted to like his character, but he had no personality to him. All he did was try to do his job and whine a lot. That's kind of disappointing. I mean, the rest of the movie is extremely good, but
Where are they?
Josh Brolin deserves better than that bullshit. What the fuck, Del Toro? Well, guys, as this film begins its final act, I would just like to say something. You know what this film has done that I find extremely incredible, especially for a horror film in the 90s? The tension level. I feel that a lot of horror movies that have come out in the 90s, especially ones with this kind of premise, they start out well, but they just don't build tension. When you have a story that's being told as well as this, is there's no tension and fucking fear in the air, then it just does not work. Not only does this film have tension, I am fucking just rooting for these characters to get out of this situation because it's so fucking stressfully tense. Like, not knowing if this humanoid fucking Judas bugs are just gonna pop out of nowhere or fly over nowhere and fucking just kill you. It's really, really good. And I fucking love it. This film has been so great, and I'm just hoping the ending worked. Holy fucking shit. Jesus fucking Christ. Every time I see that thing, it still fucking creeps me out. Ugh. Fucking amazing, though. Well, guys, that was Mimic, and, that was kind of a disappointing ending. Okay, let me just shut that right off. Okay, well, now, let's just get right down to it. Let's start with the writing. The writing in this movie is extremely well done, but there are a minor few flaws. Particularly the dialogue. While a lot of the dialogue can be very well done, especially when they're like discussing sequences about the Judas bugs and cockroaches and the whole plague, etc. That, to an extent, is extremely decent. But a lot of the other dialogue that the characters are saying are they just don't feel necessary, I guess is the right word to use. Like, one of the characters, the little kid, I think he might be special needs, I don't fucking know. He just says a lot of weird shit, like, funny shoes, blah blah blah, shut the fuck up. It just sounds really bad. There's, one scene in particular when the cop who's got a bad leg is in a subway cart in the train, in the fucking railway. He's trapped inside bleeding, and I guess he's kind of bleeding out, and he just kind of, the guy, Peter, shows back up for the officer. He was a police officer. His name's Officer Norton. Officer Norton is sitting there bleeding, and Peter shows back up and tells him he might have just found a way out, and the guy just keeps repeating, I'm bleeding, I can't stop it, go away, I'm bleeding, go away. It just felt weird to me, like, what, if you're bleeding, why would you want the person to go away? Wouldn't you want them to, I don't know, maybe try and stop the fucking bleeding? Just a thought, but that's kind of just a minor thing. I mean, you might notice, you might not, but I certainly did. Other than that, the writing is extremely strong. The story is fucking incredible. So basically, I didn't have any idea what I was getting into when I started this movie, but the plot of the movie basically is there are these cockroaches in what I'm guessing is New York City. I didn't really hear them specify where they are, but there are cockroaches with a plague, and the plague is killing children who have no built-up immunity to it, so it's killing them off in fucking tons and tons and tons. And, the main characters, Susan and Peter, come up with this new insect called the Judas bug, which, they created to take out the cockroaches end the plague, and then once that was done, within the next 6 months, they would die out because their lifespan is only 6 months. But what they didn't apparently count for was the idea of them mating. But apparently there was a mistake, and a male Judas Bugs was created as well as a bunch of females. And they ended up mating, and a bunch of others were created, and these bugs became so advanced and fucking evolved that they started to grow human parts. They grew lungs, which only humans are supposed to have, not insects. And they started growing, getting huge, and they took the shape of humans. And basically, once they did this, they started to walk among us, and nobody ever noticed because they took the shape of a person, and nobody ever fucking noticed the great camouflage. And the more that they created, they planned to fucking expand across the world, which would have sent the world into a total chaos, and the humans would have become prey to the Judas Bugs. And the fucking whole thing was amazingly well told. Basically, the writing strong suit, but that's no surprise when it comes to Del Toro. He always knows how to write so strongly. But one thing I might have to criticize as well is some of the characters. A lot of the characters, don't get me wrong, I loved a lot of the characters in this movie. The main two especially were extremely likable, which was always nice. But there are one particular character, Chewie, the little boy in this movie. I don't know if he's special needs. I don't give a shit if he is. He is the most irritating fucking child I have ever seen in a movie. Period. And I know I fucking shit on the fucking kid in The Boy, the last movie I reviewed, but his acting was shit, and so was this kid's, but I'll get to that. But the character he was playing in The Boy, he wasn't annoying. He was just a moron. But he sure as hell wasn't annoying. This kid, every time he popped up, I just wanted to fucking shut the TV off, and that is not a good thing. And the character of Officer Norton as well, like he a lot of the times he's just like, he doesn't know what the fuck's going on around him. Apparently, like bugs, giant humanoid bugs start flying in at him, and he's just like, what the fuck is it? What the fuck is that? What is happening? What happened? What the fuck? And it's like, dude, you're standing right there. Are you just not paying attention? Like, what are you not fucking understanding? And that, in its own right, is kind of a major down for him, because I wanted to like him, but, like, he just irritated me too much. Chewie especially was fucking, I hated him. I actually wanted that child to die, but of course I couldn't get that, because I can never get what I want in these movies, but what the fuck ever. Oh, okay, there is another thing about the writing. I'm like, there was a character, a female character named Remy. She's in the movie for a total of 6 or 7 minutes worth of screen time, so you might just even forget that she was even in the fucking movie to begin with. But she just disappears. Like, she's 1 minute she's there, and then she goes to show the fucking doctor that her and her friend Susan are working with, and they drop the big ass cockroach on the table in front of. She drops the big ass cockroach on the table in front of him, and that's the last we see of her. Which I really don't understand why. They never really explained that, which really, really bothers me because I really enjoy it when movies give a sense of closure to all of the characters. And she, on the other hand, just didn't have any. But that's just like a minor thing. She probably won't even notice that because she's not a very big part of the movie, so it doesn't really matter. And let's see. Okay, let's move on to acting. The acting in this movie was extremely well done, but I do have to say one thing in particular. I already shit on the kid that played Chewie. The kid that played Chewie was fucking terrible. He can go fuck himself. I'm glad he doesn't do movies anymore. He doesn't even have a Wikipedia page. He can fuck off. Anyway, but Josh Brolin was in this movie. He played a partner along with Susan's husband, Peter. And he was a detective. But what I don't understand is why Josh Brolin, the fucking amazing Josh Brolin, was playing a supporting character. Don't get me wrong, the guy that played Peter, he did a really nice job with what he was doing. But Josh Brolin, man. Josh Brolin should have been given that character because I felt like he could have given a performance that this guy just wouldn't be able to do. And I'm not saying that his character, ironically, Josh Brolin plays a character named Josh in this movie. Isn't that funny? He just I don't have a reason to care about his character because there's nothing to really say about Josh Brolin's character, and that's really bad because every time I see a movie with Josh Brolin, I always like his character. Even when he's playing a fucking bad guy, I always like his character. But they just didn't give me a reason to give a fuck about his character in this, and it just... I wish he would have just been given the role of Peter instead of fucking being a supporting character, because I know he can make an amazing lead, and it just doesn't make sense to me. But that being said, the two main leads give excellent performances. Josh gave a decent but forgettable performance. Officer Norton, it was kind of a 50-50 thing with the guy that played Officer Norton. There were several sequences where he could be extremely good and extremely funny, in fact. But then there were also other times when he just fell completely flat and he just irked you the wrong way with his fucking bad acting in those scenes. But they kind of even each other out, so it's kind of not that bad. The guy that played Manny, Manny was Chewie's dad. That ironically, he kind of, I swear to God, the first time I saw him, he immediately reminded me of Joe Petto from Pinocchio. He looked just like him, at least in my opinion, and I really liked that. And the guy that played him did a very good job with the time he was given. The kid that played Chewie, I already stated that. He was fucking shit. He can fuck off. And the chick that played Remy, I mentioned that she's not in the film much and I wanted closure on what happened to her character. But that being said, the actress that played her was just fucking awful. Like, every time she spoke, it just rubbed me the wrong way. It's just... she was quite possibly second worst behind the kid. But I have to give the kid the top spot because he's in the movie a hell of a lot more than she is. Oh, and I have to mention one other thing about the writing in this movie. They find Chewie hiding out in the fucking tunnels of the subway. And he's fucking freaking out when they're trying to help him get out of there, and they're putting him in this thing, and he's just freaking out trying to get out, and they're just like trying to hold him back. I don't understand why they felt the need to get him out of here. Did they think they owed it to Manny to get the kid to safety? I don't understand. Like, if the kid wanted to really run off, like, honestly, your lives are more important than that fucking child's. If he wants to run off, there's nothing you can really do about it. He's not your child. Who the fuck cares? I just have to put that up there. Okay. Okay, is that all I have to say for acting? Okay, yeah, let's move on to special effects. The special effects in this movie is where everything fucking shines. The creatures' designs. From everything from the insects, when they're small, to fucking the humanoid. They just look so amazing. And everything from the fucking feet they walk on, to the wings, to the body. Del Toro went with practical effects, and he didn't try and use shitty CGI, which I know a lot of other fucking directors would have tried to do, especially with a film like this back in the 90s. They would have tried to use CGI, and it just would have looked like shit, and it would have made the movie really bad. Del Toro, on the other hand, had people make fucking outfits for people to work in, and the fucking, just the overall look of these creatures, they just look so terrifying and horrendous and disgusting. The fucking, the stuff on them, like the fucking moisture on the bodies, the look of the face, the fangs, the drool, the goo that they leave behind, it all just looks so fucking amazing. And the cockroaches, particularly the giant cockroach that they found and brought to a fucking professional. That cockroach, it's just, just thinking about it just gives me the heebie-jeebies. It was fucking the size of a dog, and it just looked so fucking creepy and gross and disgusting. And, I must mention, there's not a lot of gore shown per se, but that kind of works out in favor, but don't get me wrong, there is blood shown, but it's done in an extremely tasteful way that just leaves you with enough that you know what happened, and that's more than acceptable for Del Toro. So basically, when all is said and done, I have to compliment one more thing. The score in this movie. A lot of the scenes in this movie have the music playing in the background when stuff is going on and people are talking, and it just works so well and makes the fucking atmosphere so amazing. So that, in particular, I fucking loved the score in this. Particularly at the beginning when they're rolling the credits and they're showing all these creatures. There's this music playing when they're playing all of it, and it's just so haunting and fucking sinister and so fucking beautiful all at the same time. And that is fucking amazing. Okay, one more criticism too. The ending. I mentioned the ending was disappointing. And that is because I wanted this film to have a more darker ending to it. Me personally, I feel like the film would have ended perfectly if none of the characters had gotten out alive. Like, at the end when they get out, if a creature had emerged and killed them, and it revealed that there was another male or something like that, and that there's still more, that would have been, in particular, a really nice ending. I know that kind of leaves on a sequel, but you don't have to do a sequel to that. I just feel like the ending was just far too happy and sappy, and I didn't really care for it per se. I really would have preferred that they would have made the ending a lot more dark, like a lot of the other shit in the film. But that's just kind of minor thing. You can't really change that. It's nothing I can do about it. That's just my opinion, at least. But when all is said and done, am I able to recommend Mimic? Yes. Hey guys, sorry about that. My phone kind of died on me for some reason. But yes, I recommend Mimic. It is a great movie to just watch on a Saturday night, turn off all the lights, crack open a beer, and pop some popcorn. With that, we come to a close of reaction and review. I hope you enjoyed this. I sure enjoy providing it for you. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment recommendations for future reaction and reviews down below. With that, we come to a close, and I will see you guys later.
Rhonda, my old friend. How
Peace
are
out,
you?
guys.
I'll be great.